Saturday, September 12th will be an important day for Patoka Lake, and you can help out. It's Patoka Lake Clean-Up Day. Hello and welcome to WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Joining me in the studio is Dana Reckelhoff. She is with the Indiana Department of Natural Resources at Patoka Lake, and also Doug Merkel, and Doug is the General Manager of the Patoka Lake Water and Sewer District. I got that right. It's
Yep,
okay.
good morning, Bill.
That's where everybody gets their water, is from you. Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so this day could be really important for you if you want good, clean water.
That's correct. Very important.
Well, let's talk about, this is an annual event. It's the Patoka Lake Cleanup. And when we say that, what is being cleaned up?
The lake shore.
Okay.
So we'll be walking a portion of the 161 miles of lake shore in order to clean up the trash and debris that's left behind from summer traffic.
Do you go up the fingers at all?
We do. It just depends on where we find the most need to pick up the trash. So we actually go out and have spotters in advance that go out and kind of troll the lake and get on a small boat and see where it's at, and then we go out from there.
And the most important thing is that you need volunteers. You need bodies, people who are there, I guess young or old, to come and do the work.
Yeah, it's such a large mass to try to cover. We're only able to cover a fraction of it the one day or the morning that we're there. So the more people we have, the more we can cover. So it's a big deal.
Okay, let's talk about the day, the time, and kind of what people will do. It's September 12th, that's a Saturday. It's always the first Saturday after Labor Day?
It has
Usually?
varied in the past, but here lately it has been the first Saturday after Labor Day, and so that will be September 12th this year. And we will start at Hoosier Hills Marina, just on the west side of the lake, starting at 8 a.m. with registration. And then as soon as everybody's registered, we'll go ahead and send everybody out to their locations to clean up, and we'll be cleaning up until noon. And then at noon, we'll come back to Hoosier Hills Marina for a fish fry. And we'll have some Sanders catering as well for everybody to enjoy. And then at 12:45, we'll have a special prize drawing where we'll have some great door prizes, which Doug can tell you about those.
Okay.
Yeah, this year we have some cruise tickets that Patoka Lake Marina has offered. And we also have tickets for the putt-putt course in French Lick. And then usually Hoosier Hills Marina will give us some life jackets, something like that, plus the free T-shirts. So there's a lot of nice things you get to leave with there for helping out. So.
Now, let's talk about the volunteers that you're needing. Young, old, do they need to bring a boat, not a boat? What should they wear?
They can be of any age as long as they can walk the shoreline and hold a trash bag. We don't discourage anyone. We've had people as young as 4 or 5 years old, as long as they can hold the trash bag and collect. We've got child-sized trash bags that we bring out for them. And they should just wear clothing that's comfortable for whatever the weather might bring. So it's actually very cool this morning at 50-some degrees. So who knows what it's going to be in September. And so just wear whatever's comfortable. If it's looking like it might be a little cloudy, rainy, of course bring a rain jacket, but definitely have sturdy shoes. Whether it's hiking boots or good-sized tennis shoes, whatever the case, you definitely want closed-toed shoes.
Okay. Will people need to wear long pants because are they going in the woods, or does that maybe vary too? I know some of the shoreline is just really nice mowed yard.
Sure, the water is pretty high right now, so a lot of the trash is going to be in the wood line. So it will be very important for them to wear probably pants at that point.
Should they bring gloves?
We will have gloves, we'll have the grapplers for picking up the trash, we'll have the trash bags, bug spray, even bottled water, food, everything they need once they get there.
So they just need to show up.
Just bring family and friends.
Yeah. Do people have a good time?
They do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful scenery, and you get to spend your morning at the lake, and it's not that hard of work. And then lunchtime you get the fish fry, and it's on the deck there at Hoosier Hills Marina. I mean, it's a fantastic location. So,
what are the different reasons that people do this? Why do they come out and volunteer?
Several people are doing it for extra credit for a class. I know Du Bois FFA, they come out and they actually get extra credit or some kind of credit for class for coming out to help. And then we also have scout troops that come out that want to do part of a community service project that they might be working on. And then we've just got other folks that appreciate clean drinking water, and if they know that that's their drinking water and they want it to stay clean, but also just for the beauty of the lake, wanting to preserve how it looks throughout the year.
Well, I know my brother participates, but not because of the clean drinking water. I'm sure that's an excuse, but he also likes to boat, and I think he feels a sense of responsibility that
Sure.
That lake is for him to use, but he's got to give something back to it. And what better way to do that?
That's a great way to give back. If you're using the lake, at some point, some particle of trash might fly off your boat without you knowing it, and that's a good portion of why things end up in the lake. Is just trash flying off the boats, and your truck, after you get the truck pulling the boat back out on the highway and you're leaving the ramp, things fly out. So,
what are some things that people will find? What might they be prepared? I mean, is it just like aluminum cans? Is it trash bags? Little bags? It's
everything. We find Solo cups, beer cans, beer bottles, dirty diapers, tires, all kinds of things.
Coolers, a lot of plastic bottles.
Yep. Okay. Styrofoam, containers for bait, just fishing debris, fishing line that's tangled up laying on the shore. So all kinds of things. We've
all kinds.
I can't really put a parameter on it because we've really found everything. Kids' toys that have washed down river whenever the water gets high, all kinds of things.
Now I'm going to ask each of you, what is the reason to do this? From the DNR standpoint, I guess it would be more nature-based, and from the Patoka Lake Water District, it's probably more safe drinking aspect.
Sure. For us, it's wildlife safety. We have quite often throughout the year, we find birds tangled in fishing line along the shore that have wrapped it around their leg, and we've got to go out and secure that bird and then treat them, take them to a rehabilitator to get the fishing line removed. And just, even those little rings that come on a package of Gatorade bottles, those get tossed out, and it can deform turtle shells and things like that if the turtle slinks through it but can't get back out. We've seen it where it actually cuts off the growth to that area of their body.
Really? Wow.
So things like that, but also just the beauty of the lake. If you want to come out and you enjoy the peaceful beauty of everything, we have to keep it clean. If we didn't pick up the trash every year, it would just continue to generate, and it wouldn't look so pristine.
As it does. And Doug, I know that water is a resource that I think we take for granted, and we waste a lot of it, and we don't appreciate the amount of water that there is on the earth. But why is safe drinking water? How does this lead to safe drinking water?
Well, we're very fortunate to have Patoka Lake in this area. It's, drinking water is a big issue throughout the country. So, by taking care of it and keeping it cleaning it up, I think it encourages people to not throw more trash in there. And, so you feel guilty if something flies out of your boat and you go pick it up. So, that's the whole point of this, is to try to clean it up best we can, so people are conscientious about what's going on with that lake. But the cleaner the lake is, the better the water is, the easier to treat, and then everybody gets good, clean water to drink. So it also prolongs the life of the lake. A typical lake may have a 100-year life. So the more we can do to keep it clean and keep it pristine, the longer that lake will last us. And, right now it doesn't seem like a big deal, but 50, 75 years from now, it's probably going to really make a big difference. So.
And I think by doing something like this and being part of cleaning up or something like that, you're less likely to be one of those people who causes the issue in the first place. Yeah. So you're going to think, well, I should just throw this in a trash can, because otherwise I may end up picking it up in a year.
You're exactly right. And I'll tell you, the biggest thing is to bring your kids out. We have families that come, and what a tool to educate your kids. You may not see an immediate impact the next couple of years, but 10 years from now, your kids are going to grow up and they're going to say, hey, I remember helping. I'm going to bring my kids up here and help. And it creates a educational philosophy that, everybody wants to come up and help take care of it. So I think that's real important. Everybody bring the kids.
Okay, well, I hope we've enticed our viewers to participate and take some responsibility and do a good thing, paying it forward, so to speak, by helping to be part of it. But let's go through the logistics of it again. Okay. Where do they meet? How do they get there? Do they register? Any of that?
Okay, we're going to meet at Hoosier Hills Marina on Saturday, September 12th at 8 a.m. So we'll meet right out there on the deck in front of the water, so you get beautiful scenery from the start. and then we will start trash pickup right away. We'll start sending people out to their locations, and then we'll pick up trash until about noon, and then at noon we'll make our way back to the marina to have a fish fry, Sanders catered meal, and do our prize raffle drawing about 12:45 after everybody gets done eating. But everybody does go home with a free t-shirt and a little prize pack as well.
So there is something in it for me, so to speak.
There is.
All right, well, thanks to both of you coming in. Again, September 12th is the date, starting at 8 o'clock, Hoosier Hills Marina. Do they need to go through the park to get to Hoosier
They
Hills
don't.
Marina?
It's on the west side of the lake, so it's off of Highway 545.
Off of Highway 545. Easy to get to.
Yep.
All right, and you know, it's one of those things too, I guess, if you show up at 8, but you've got someplace you've got to be at 11, whatever help they can provide, they can, but if
Absolutely.
not, you're going to be there till about 1, including a great lunch.
Absolutely. So you want to stick around for lunch if you can.
All right. Dana and Doug, thank you very much for being with us.
Thanks for having us.
Our guests have been Dana Reckelhoff with the Department of Natural Resources and Doug Merkel. He is the General Manager for the Patoka Lake Water and Sewer District. Thanks to both of you. River Cleanup is September 12th at Patoka Lake. Thanks for joining us for WJTS in.form. We're local people watching local people.